Good time zone pedals. My name is Frosted. Welcome to Cherry Creek Ranch, home to lost, forgotten, and injured mythical creatures like my companion Blossom. If you don't know me already, I'm an astral dragon VTuber with an affinity for cherry blossoms. Today's video is a VOD series from Twitch. You can catch me streaming on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and later in Fridays because of the fact that it is the weekend. I hope you enjoy the video and the game as much as I did. How's it all look? It looks great. Natlin, yeah. If I remember correctly, the spelling has an I in it, which is what kind of throws me off. Let the voice of love take you higher. There we go. Alrighty. I don't even remember what my current team build was. I ain't gonna lie. Celery and yen. Oh yeah, that started a few days ago. Whoops. Double draw. Okay, okay. Vibrant Stone and Flaming Spring. Undersea Capital, The Lost Homeland. Lithic. Game audio. There we go. Homeward Path. Cool. I have Kazuha, so I'll take the free. What? Yeah. Actually, I think I can turn my game. Oh, no, that's... Is my game... Oh. Huh. Okay. That's with my... That's weird.
Everything is negotiable, except overtime.
Oh, yeah. Very much so. Very much louder. Cool, don't know what that is, but cool. Thank you. Artifact definition: consume sanctifying elixir to generate artifacts of a designated set and piece with a designated max affinity in some of minor fixes. Artifact extraction. Consume 5-star. I'm gonna mute that. Snooze that. I'm going to snooze the ad really quick. Because we just started going. Artifact extraction consume 5-star artifacts of level 4 or above to extract sanctifying elixir. The amount of sanctifying elixir that can be extracted in a single period is limited. Each artifact set can be defined once this.
Do we have anyone doing maintenance on this?
I have to go through and redo my inventory again. Do all of them have this? Did a bunch of them get an overhaul? Yeah, it looks like a bunch of them got an overhaul. Oh, but I do have an exclamation point down here. What is it? Who is it? Oh, I got a constellation itself. Didn't know that, but okay.
Fine, if you can't afford it, then just give me the photo.
That's an adorable catalyst. If that is a catalyst, yeah. I'm glad I try not to spend money on this because, dear God. Oh, that would hurt. How many days left? 14 days? Okay, that's not bad. Plenty of time. Obviously, I would try for that one.
Once, there was a glorious
I
kingdom.
don't care about your glorious kingdom, Venti. Oh. Name card style or furnishing? Oh yeah, I don't need Moira. Okay. Okay. As soon as you're ongoing, your visibility will drop. The closer you are to the heart of the sandstorm, the more intense it will be. Okay, cool. Oh, yes. Okay, Masquerade of the Guilty. I had to do other things. Occupied includes Charlotte. Okay. All right, for giggles. I don't think so. I have a thingy for this. This the one that I want. No, this is the one that I would want. Wish banner. Don't really care. One wish. Boom. Boom. There we go.
Never
Okay,
back
what do
down,
we got?
never what?
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
What?
Never give up.
Let's get it! Let's go!
Instant-based thunder kinds of abilities and fastest rally fans for the nation of war. Pyro is calling. Oh, I get to pick one of these? Oh, invite them to... Oh. During the event. That means I don't get to keep them, I'm assuming. Tainari or... They have all the other ones. Tainari or Dea. Personally, I think I would want Dea over Tainari. But we have an ad break. Is of history. Time has come to make things right. Must fight to survive. Must fight for. Alrighty, everybody's back, and I'll say that I agree. I don't know which one of these two is better, but I am a simple man, So, Dea it is.
My name's Dia. I'm the merc you hired. So, what you got for me? A commission, a fight,
okay.
armed escort? Whatever it is, you know where to find me.
Okay. Traces of... Oh, geez. Children's of Echo's tribal page. A graffiti expert extensively. Go to the quest. Okay. It's there. Focused experience mode to avoid conflicts with other quests occupying locations. Okay. Oh! So you don't accidentally, you know, mess yourself up. That's pretty dope. What's that noise for? What's that for? Alright, Brilliant Dawn. What do we got? I'll take it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Leave it to Hoyo to make pretty people.
I can join the team?
Character, okay. Event permanent. Okay, so it's their free 4-star for the new area. Okay. Turbo Twirly. From the sound of it, it's probably another child character of some sort. Nope, might as well get the... Try her out. But it's only me and I walk alone. I walk these empty streets, my boulevard, broken dreams. It's not in the tower for once. Wow. Allows her to move swiftly on her surfboard until her night soul points are depleted. During this time, colliding with enemies grants money stacks and mark them. The stack she gains increased damage of her Sharky's bite performed via normal attacks based on the number of stacks. After Sharky's bite hits the target, she will launch missiles at marked targets. When she doesn't have enough Night Soul points available, Milani can expend that to maintain this state. Her elemental burst fires off a super shark missile to facilitate experience. Okay. Okay, interesting. Her animations are adorable.
Carving waves! Catching at the flames!
Oh, that's adorable.
Off we go! Amazing!
Have a good night.
What's up?
Let's hope you put up a good fight.
Epic wave! Rain of bullets! Enhanced animal module 75. Stay put. No!
Supporting fire!
Oh, I missed one.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Check this out. Best of luck.
Oh, I'm not allowed to. No. Time. What's the time?
Let's shred, Darby.
Oh, they made this so much more easy to do. Thursday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Alright, I know how to use my board.
I'm going in. You're toast.
Lights out.
As one with wind and cloud!
My boy. Let's go.
One with nature!
Everybody stand back. Punishment.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
There we go. Other trial stages. Try however this is supposed to go. Let's do this. Yes. Elemental skill will summon Turbo Twilly to fight alongside her while Turbo Twirly is active, can freely mount, dismount by casting the skill again. Climbing speed will be enhanced while riding. That's until Night Soul points are depleted. That's the little thing on the left, I'm assuming. When she doesn't have enough Night Soul points, can expand that thing to maintain. Elemental Burst will generate a field that enhances, increasing its movement speed and attack range to facilitate. Okay.
Let's go, Twirly.
Oh, this is adorable. Why is this so adorable? Oh, this is too much fun. buddy. I need you to get up.
Here's backup! This moment will be frozen. Advance! Everyone on me!
Yeah, here goes! Clear the area!
I'm having too much fun with this. Making funny colors.
Let's go, Twirly!
Don't mind show me your courage! I got you covered! Oh, so sorry. Press the advantage! Charge!
Down!
Forget it!
Of violence. Swing your instrument, gaining different levels of pyro based on number of opponents hit. Okay.
What you got?
Cole, learn to command wings of darkness. Come, sever. Lights out. Power cord.
What you got?
Shred till I'm dead. Stars, shine for me. By royal decree.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Shiver. Time to rock. Pyrotechnic. Cole, learn to command.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
There we go. Bennett. Let's go. I know how Bennett stuff is supposed to work.
Surrender and be gentle. Let me read you a verse.
Eat this! Get out of here! Out of the way! I'm going in! Here! No, my sword! Body and ring cutter!
Let's spark things.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's go. I have another way. Nothing good. Supposedly I'm 2 away from a guaranteed 4 at least. So I'll take it. Night Soul Burst. Okay, when a party contains a character from Natlan. When a character deals elemental damage to an opponent, a Night Soul Burst will be triggered. The more characters from Natlan, the shorter the cooldown before another Night Soul Burst may be triggered. When you have 1, 2, or 3 or more characters from Natlan in your party, this cooldown will be 18, 12, and 9 seconds respectively. Night Soul Burst can trigger other effects such as character talent and artifact effects. Nice. Night Soul Blessing. Night Soul Blessing state that characters from that land can engage, usually increase their mobility and combat prowess. For most characters, their elemental skills are the most prevalent way to entering this state. Night Soul's blessings are usually related to a resource known as Night Soul points. For example, Kachina will consume these points to ride Turbo Twirly or attack using it, and when the points run out, the Night Soul's blessing state will end and the Turbo Twirly will disappear. Okay, achievements. So many things. Oh. Well, unfortunately, I have to do these one by one, but that's okay. All right, who is in here? Okay, so the newbie, Jinyan, and Bennett. Star. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Kachina, a member of the Children of Echoes. I adore green fruits and would love to become more strong, even though I'm still not much of a fighter.
Who's featured? Okay. Three-star. Oops. Not what I wanted. Three-star. 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 4-star. Who did we get? Oh, we got a Favonius Greatsword. Dang. And we're out. Alrighty, there we go. Slay. Okay, what was I even doing with this quest line?
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Queen.
You're a pirate indeed. Being a pirate is a right to be. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Work hard and live
How's
each
it
day to
going?
the fullest. That is what life in Mondstadt is
How's
all
your
about,
stream?
isn't it? Huh? Isn't that Charlotte?
What were you playing? here. Yeah. I'll fix that in a second. That's what I switched to here. How was stream? What was you streaming? Lord of the Rings still? Nice, nice. Well, for those of you who are new to me, my name is Frosted Gardens. I am a astral dragon that runs a rescue ranch out of Cherry Creek Ranch. And I help lost, injured, and forgotten mythical creatures. And pleasure to see you. Go ahead, grab a drink, take a seat, get some snacks. If you need to do any decompressing, go ahead and do that, Queen. You're still paying for my therapist later. I don't care. I'm gonna switch back over to here, and we're gonna go ahead and turn the game down.
Pretty please with the cherry on top, Charlotte? Journalist extraordinaire? Please tell me you're joking.
Okay, we're gonna do that and do that. Turn the game up a little bit more. Hey, let's go. We love to see it. We love to see it. Good on ya.
I read that a gang of criminals tricked the Gardamex by disguising themselves as blubber beasts. It's true, isn't it? It has to be. I've invested all my savings into graph adversarial technology and even taken out a sizable bank loan. I'm begging you like the beggiest beggar in all of begdom.
Yeah?
Okay. I need you to calm down a little, Miss Lapine Pauline. I admire your passion for your research, and I don't mean to dash your hopes for those, big-ticket orders.
Oh,
But
yes.
I'm
I
afraid
bet.
I'm not joking. The Blubber Beast incident was a short story mailed to us by an anonymous amateur author, written in the style of a true story.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be nuts. That's for sure. For sure.
Oh, Paimon sees what happened here. Sounds like the report Lapine Pauline read in the Steambird wasn't in the news section after all.
You reap what you sow.
Meeting where the editing team was debating the potential risk of misleading the public with this story. They even went to Maison Gardiennage for advice. But to our surprise, they fully supported us printing it. They figured that the false intel would be a great way to dupe potential criminals into wearing ridiculous costumes when breaking the law. In truth, Gardamex are extremely sophisticated in their capabilities. They can identify criminals just as reliably as the best human guards, so a crude disguise isn't gonna get you far. If anything, it'll just make you stand out all the more. Since we ran that story, the Maison Gardiennage has made a slew of arrests, including, one phantom blubber beast, a titanic red-crowned finch, and a specter man. So I knew this story had helped out.
Oh yeah,
law
you're
enforcement.
totally innocent.
This is the first time
Completely.
I'm learning of an innocent
Absolutely.
citizen being deceived by it, and investing so much mora for nothing.
Uh-oh. So Lapine Pauline's whole research project is based on a fictional story? Which means we're not gonna get a big bonus after all. But more importantly, she's gonna lose everything she's invested.
Traveler, Paimon, you're back! I
was in the area taking some photos for a story when I got to talking to Miss Lapine Pauline about her research. She told me about your collaboration. She was hoping I could write an article to spread awareness about image recognition technology. She even paid me for the article and gave me one of her prototype devices before I could get a word in. I unfortunately had to dash her hopes, and I'm afraid all your hard work was in vain too. She's desperately trying to find a way to rescue the project and get you the Mora you're due. I've tried to let her down gently, but she's finding it all very hard to accept.
This is a new situation for us, too.
I beg to differ.
It's such a pity. It seems like the author was only trying to make the story interesting, and the Maison Gardiennage only had Fontaine's best interest in mind.
Wait, Miss Lapine Pauline, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pick a fight with a Gardamek, head to the Opera at Biclès, and get a one-way ticket to the Fortress of Meropide. That way, I won't have to repay my debts. It's the only way I can afford to keep on living.
Whoa, there's no need to go that far. I mean, come on, look at you. You wouldn't even dent the Gardamek's armor. In all likelihood, they'd only hold you up at the Maison Gardiennage for a few days before letting you out, and then you'd still have to repay your debts. Actually, instead of going into the technicalities of that, how much did you actually invest? How bad can it really be?
270,000 Mora.
Okay, well, escaping to the Fortress of Meropide over a sum like that seems like a last resort. Surely there must be other options.
Not anymore. I used to be an equipment supplier to the Fontaine Research Institute before that blew to pieces, and now I'm just a small-time engineer. I scraped together some savings over the past few years, but I put every last Mora into this project, and now I'm left with nothing. It's not just my savings that are gone. It's my whole future as a graph adversarial technology specialist and my dreams of becoming a billionaire one day.
Yeah. Not what I was expecting to come back to. For Genshin.
Don't despair, Miss Lapine Pauline. I think I know a way for you to turn this around. This prototype you've given me, the camera lens for image recognition sample collection. It's really quite something. You said you designed it specifically for high-fidelity image capture and analysis, yes? The rapid focal length adjustment is a very useful function in its own right. It's sure to make many journalists' jobs much easier. In fact, I'd say it has the potential to revolutionize Fontaine's news media. So your research efforts thus far are by no means in vain. The technology you've developed may have many applications that you've never even considered.
Really?
Absolutely. I've been working as a journalist for the Steambird for a long time now. No one understands the issues we journalists face on a day-to-day basis better than me. So keep calm, take heart, and start thinking about mass production. In the meantime, I'll show your invention to all my colleagues to drum up interest in your product.
I can't believe it! If this is true, then I can look into setting up a whole camera lens development pipeline. My big-ticket orders and billionaire aspirations are still in the cards.
Yes, because you care about being a
Maybe I should
billionaire.
consider taking out another loan. That way, I can rapidly improve the lens production process, be the first to market, and prepare to battle for dominance in the camera industry.
Come on, stop daydreaming about your pipelines for a minute. Just take it one step at a time and see how it goes. There's no sense in putting all your eggs in one basket before things are even off the ground.
Charlotte's like, son of a bitch. Calm it, please.
And I can probably speak to some people I know and license my image recognition device to a workshop to raise some funds. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. There's no time to lose. I need to get to work. Early bird gets the worm.
Can you believe her? She just ran off. Paimon's pretty sure our advice went in one ear and out the other.
It's understandable. When inspiration and passion strike at the same time, it's all too easy to throw yourself headfirst into your work and forget about everyone around you. A lot of journalists are the same way when they're first starting out. But don't you worry. I'm gonna write an article on all this, and I'll be checking in on her regularly. Her research has the potential to benefit the entire journalistic community. I'll give her plenty of input to stop her from going down any rabbit holes, and make sure mass production of her lens can begin as soon as possible.
It's reassuring to know that you'll be looking out for her, Charlotte.
Actually, you know what?
There we
Why
go.
don't you two take this prototype lens? I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances to use it on your travels. It takes the right person to get the most out of a new technology. In your hands, it's sure to capture some amazing...
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. No bonus, no biggie. This makes everything...
You're welcome. I got something out of this too. The beginnings of a The boundaries between real news reports and news-like fiction must not be blurred, even when there's a compelling justification for doing so. Yes, that's how I'll phrase it to the editors when I give them my feedback. Let's hope we don't mislead any more well-meaning citizens in the future.
Did we do it? Okay, after Charlotte activates, get the original effect of... If your daily encounter point is not full, you can expand. Okay. Okay. All right. Not the one I wanted. All right. Charlotte's supposed to be here for something. Don't know what, but something. Let's go.
The Solo renewed. The Spina di Rosula talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rosula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, boomer brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down. The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
finish, what's there to be curious about?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
Sorry, I had to refill my drink.
Do we have anyone doing maintenance on this, statue?
All right. Poisson. All right.
Navia! Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clorand?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Clorand at any rate.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right,
There we
then
go.
everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And smile.
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
Hooray.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clorand.
Wow, You really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Meripede.
You already knew
Whoa,
she was
you're
good.
well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin who told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridesley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting. I'll treat you to afternoon tea in exchange.
You seem curious about the fortress.
Of course. That Risley. I still remember going down to the fortress to grill him for information on my father's case. Boy, did he take me for a ride. Without telling me anything, of course.
But he did invite you to tea, didn't he?
2 large pots of it, in fact. It was good tea, though.
I have to agree. The tea there is very good.
Speaking of that, would you like to have some today? I mean, you've got time, right?
Well, I'd be partial to some shortbread.
Wow, it's like we've got a menu or something. Sure.
Good.
What flavor of biscuits would you like, Mr. Snezhevich?
Me? I'm fine with anything. But I would prefer chocolate, should you have it.
All right. Leave it to me.
I'll go over the newly arrived supplies with you later,
Yeah.
Mr. Snezhevich. We should be able to finish the preparatory work today.
That works great for me.
Huh. Is it just me, or did you get a new lipstick?
I did. It was a gift from Sijuin. Want to give it a try? I think the color would suit you, too.
Alright, there's that. You want us to slide on over to Fortress. There we go. One second, gotta plug.
Everything is negotiable, except overtime.
Alright, there we go. Sorry.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke. Thank you for consenting to my visit to the fortress, sir.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier, hmm?
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you, then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought
Genius
about a miracle,
vibe?
the ark that saved the people.
All right,
Why,
then.
You recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh. Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before.
There we go.
Oh, seems like
Hey,
everyone's here.
Siegfried.
Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Siegween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegween. Over this way. Let's find a brighter spot.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
I'm so glad I have this to autoplay. Maybe.
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two.
Welcome with Risley.
I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over,
Oh
huh?
yeah, child is still
I'll
missing.
tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
It always gets me that the
In that
camera
case,
has a
let's call it a
top
day
hat. Or a bowler
Thanks for
hat,
your
sorry.
cooperation. Come on, traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
Oh, you know, I'd love to see you in one of Charlotte's photo shoots one day.
Is that really necessary? Our line of work doesn't really require much photographing.
It's precisely because we don't need the picture that they'll have value as keepsakes. You don't really look all that opposed to the idea, you know?
Maybe I'm just happy that I managed to once again avoid the spotlight. I think this interview went well either way.
Yes, you successfully kept prying eyes away by by using Mr. Jurier and Miss Lorvine as shields. Very good.
You should be happy.
Very good.
They have a bright future ahead of them.
And then talk to these two.
Here are the interview notes. They mentioned that the flying ship may have many uses in the future, and the journalist asked me what I thought of them. Seriously, how would I know anything about that? Flight is just flight. Whether people want to use a flying ship to broadcast good news or organize weddings is none of my beeswax.
A wedding? Huh.
Oh.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh.
So the flying ship can be used for weddings?
I didn't say that. That journalist mentioned it, and what does that have to do with us anyway?
True. What does that have to do with us?
Absolute tsundere. Absolutely a tsundere. Okay. I could help enough, but I wouldn't free. When I reach out in the dark. Okay. Yeet. Oh, them. That makes sense.
They really are here! How did you know?
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Limmy
No,
and the others
add
after
in a
working
minute.
together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it? It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you. Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for that. You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Lynette sure is working
Oh,
hard to
yeah,
help
those turned
Fremine
off.
socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, Traveler? Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady
Yeah.
Farina left, Father and Monsieur Nervilette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
There it is.
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Poisson.
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit irresponsible?
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Nervilette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Nervilette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Yes, speaking of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the Fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the Traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks. Switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So many things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
as we sent Charlotte off, shall we go see how Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
Almost there. Go here. Opera Epicless. Stay free, ain't just running in the 90s. Yes, I wanna see.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
He's just standing there, menacingly. Hey, buddy. How's my fellow dragon doing?
So, you really are here, Neverlette? Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting, so I may explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Or like handing out a hypnosis.
Remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave
I'm
a
gonna
bitter
pause the music
taste in
for
the
a bit.
mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Fussalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign. But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea, with constitutions similar to that of mimics. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fussalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fussalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask.
Why the hell did you hand off a Gnosis?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Albeit you have all the power, or unless you put the powers back into the Gnosis.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focalors deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Guess Focalors had Fontainians in mind the whole time. In the end, it was thanks to her that they finally became real humans. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontainians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom, but instead a form of ritual. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use, but it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalors' words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalors the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalors passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it? Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Okay, the Gnosis.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure
This one
designs,
makes the most sense.
we might as well accede to their request now and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
What was it? It's Ventes was taken by force. Zhongli's was in a deal. Raiden's A's was under duress. A deal, but under duress. Then Dendro was a deal as well. And so then this one is like the least, like, just kind of, here you go. Thanks for helping.
You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the knave that I believe may be useful to you. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
And there we go. There's all of our questions.
Hang on a sec. Paimon still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
What is it?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Who is Skirk? I don't remember a lady named Skirk. Help.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon
Oh.
as well, all right, Nervalet?
Child's teacher.
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts. And my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
There we go. The lore is interesting for Genshin.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here. I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. That does sort of count as special compatibility, right? No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in Fontaine's over for now.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Yay! We did it! All right. Get my happy ass over there. Alrighty.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
I can just tell them to dispatch again. Perfect. That's beautiful. She looks cute. Not what I wanted to do. Okay. I have so many of these that I need to do. Okay. So. Let's go ahead and run these. Try and catch up before I play some more. Do a bit of quick catch up. Because we've got another 2 hours. I guess unlock. Cool.
Don't we have a job to do?
Hooray. Before we do that, I have reputation. What is this? Request to pick up here. I'll deal with it later. Go to here. Okay. There's that. I'm gonna slide you right there. Okay. Talk to you.
This realm is true.
Okay. E. Get myself a 5 set of all of these really quick.
If you ever have any...
Okay. So lamb grass. Not gonna lie, even when I wasn't streaming, this would sometimes be super laggy. And I am super happy that it isn't. What is a new thing? To plant. Whatever that is. Plant that.
Everything is negotiable, except overtime.
We got level 1. Okay. To here. To here. Alright. Slap that wish. 3-star. Again. 3-star. Actually, shot. Two. Don't have enough yet for that. Wish.
Don't we have a job to do?
There we go. I supposedly have 63 pity left. Which I'm currently at a 50-50. According to the app that I use. That's okay. But that's okay. I'm happy to get back into this game. Because we're going to be finishing up. Well, actually, I have another hour still. I have 45 minutes left for stream. But we're going to be doing this. And we're going to we'll try out Zenless. And if I get a Friday that I'm free and can give it an actual try, we can try Honkai. The reason why I like Genshin is because of the dodge mechanics and stuff. The dodge mechanics that it has available. Okay, just making sure that none of these people have anything. I didn't think so. There we go. All right. We're actually going to Sumeru, Leeway. Oh, this is Baiju's World Crest, I think. I think his name's Baiju. I could very well be wrong. Nope, it's Baiju. Okay. I'm not going insane. Do I have any idea what exactly we're doing for this? Nope. But we're doing it.
We searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baiju. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool? The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
You will? Oh, great.
Sorry we weren't able to find your
That's okay. Thank
Sorry, small child. We're sorry that we suck at our job. That's up high. So we're going to want this one. But I do want to try Zenless when I get time. Tonight might have been that night, but I really want to catch up to here because I know that I missed the summer event for this, which for me that's okay. The summer events don't usually have a whole lot, like, except for, you know, the one event where like it like revealed Wanderer's whole thing of like
Dad, can you hear me?
a random person. Who are you? Who are you?
Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Watch where you're going!
Hu Tao.
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right?
Hu Tao.
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao!
Oh God, Hu
My,
Tao.
who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and my worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Ayu? Who am I?
Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hu Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
There are traces of god remains in Jia Liang's system.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
Paimon's sorry. What?
God remains? There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today. Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jia Liang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once. Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Nope.
Do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight. Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baiju. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director
Next
Who,
time.
please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
See you tomorrow, Baiju and Chung Chung.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baiju?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
All's well that ends well, huh? You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baiju mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like? Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baiju's busy treating...
There's Hutao.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docks doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Wow. What a surprise.
Guilty as charged.
Wow.
So, we were just a little curious about Baiju's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baiju could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war. Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baiju learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baiju's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baiju is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baiju is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say. Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers.
Okay. To avoid conflicts with other quests occupying locations or characters. Don't really want to do that. I'm okay with coming all the way down here. Oh gosh. There's so many of them up there. There's so many quests in general.
We'll just have to ask Baiju himself about all of this tomorrow.
Welcome back, Petals. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope you appreciated it and liked it as much as I did when making it. If you liked what you saw today, make sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Lastly, always remember that you are loved, you are enough, and you are always welcome on the range. See you next time.